guys.
I'm becoming such a freaking fan of the Factory, dude. Like, I am becoming.
I love the entrance.
QT
man.
Marshall's personal defense on Twitter. I've got the retweet from my guy QT earlier this week. QT and I are on the same wavelength. You know, I think that the dude is absolutely on point right now. I'm loving what they're doing with the Factory. I love his style. Driving in with I love it, baby. I love that. I love this track jacket tonight. The track jacket looks fantastic.
Well, the entrance was great.
That entrance was awesome.
So many. Oh, speaking of, they had so many elaborate entrances tonight. The Inner Circle, we forgot to talk about the biker gang that came out. So much better. Everything about the Inner Circle was a home run. But we'll talk about the Factory. Like taking that bus, the graphics on the bus were awesome. Obviously, you didn't expect the Factory to take over, and what happened after made so much sense. But wow, this was, Camarado, we were high on him when we saw him versus Moxley kind of out of the blue. We were like, this is a star. This is a star. And he is developing into a star. The Factory's clan, obviously, with Gogo and Murado, are just so fun to watch. These people who are essentially nothing now turning into these total, mainstream badasses. It's great, man. Bonds, what did you think of this whole segment? And then the return of, Mr. Rhodes himself.
What an epic return that was. He oh man, was that sweet.
The segment overall was just great. Again, the match itself was really entertaining. We got to see more of Anthony Ogogo's fist win match, which is pretty cool. And then
all
obviously
those Twitter people are gonna cry. Oh
no, he only punched him once. Yeah, but
I'm not gonna sit there and take a punch.
I don't. Yeah. Take a punch from Anthony, Olympic boxer. And tell me, then go brag on Twitter how it's a crappy finish. Exactly.
Right. But we got to see the end bit with Cody and QT Marshall, the top of the bus, and that was so awesome. That whole segment was just great. I was wondering when Cody was going to come back because obviously that betrayal was pretty big, man. He had to take a couple weeks off, get himself right in the head, But then coming back out of that bus and being like, hey, QT Marshall, it's your time to shine, buddy, on top of the bus, and you're going to be done. And it was pretty awesome. Overall, man, these guys are just doing great stuff. Again, Camarado looks great again tonight. He looks like a monster.
He looks terrifying. He looks like a caveman. Yeah. He's
being built like a monster, and that's how he should be. He's just physically, he's not even the tallest guy in the world, but he's wide, very wide, and looks like a monster, and he's an athlete. So the stuff he can do in the ring, they know what they have in him. Mm-hmm. Again, with a go-go as well, when you're getting, one punch in and just beating people like that, like Billy Gunn, man, I feel so bad for Billy Gunn. He's gonna have to retire.
Well, if you think about it, it's a gut punch, right? It's a gut punch. It's an area where you have no real you're it's right in a vulnerable spot of your body, right? I mean, it makes sense. I love Brock Lesnar, a Mount Rushmore type of guy, man. But I mean, think about what ended his MMA career, so it happens. You have a weak spot and you go for it. I love what the Factory's doing. I think that those guys are absolutely on point. I love what QT's game is like on social. I love how he's leaning into the heel work. You can tell he's loving it. He was at such an antagonistic jerk tonight throughout this match, just messing with and toying with Billy Gunn and Dustin. I loved what they were doing. His interactions with Shotty Lee were really fun too. That student teacher vibe, and you can tell QT still is a little chip on his shoulder for Shotty Lee never thanking him. I will say on the good guys side. Shotty looks a little more built. He looks a little bit more ready to kind of go on another level of his career. I felt like in this match he showed well. Anytime we get to see Dustin Rhodes and Billy Gunn together, it was really cool as two veterans who we all respect. It can still go in the ring, have great cardio at their age. It's unbelievable. Yeah. And both look like real powerhouses, man, especially when you put them in this match. You saw Billy Gunn's not much smaller than Nick Camarado. I mean, you look at them, it's wild to see, man. So great match as far as presenting those guys as equals. It progressed the story really, really well. And at first, the wrestling fan in me, I was a little man, Cody's epic return and he puts a figure 4 on top of the bus. doing a submission onto a bus doesn't add any impact to it. So I was like, if you would have done like a DDT or like a power bomb, something crazy like that. But then I was like, no, he made Cutie tap out on top of this massive bus dedicated to himself in front of all these people. Like that was, then he gets up and he poses. Like it was like the most triumphant, like movie type of return that you could ever imagine. Like he made him beg for mercy, stand up, shirt off, gloating to the world out of his nightmare family bus. It was absolutely a thing of beauty. Cody looked like $1 million at the end of the segment. I can't wait for Cody and Cutie to go head to head. I will be firmly on Team Cutie during that one. I'm really loving where they're going with his character. Yeah, man. I love it. I love that, like, that guy who's always the thorn in your side. I think that he could play that really well for Cody. He can just be one of those guys who's annoying and won't go away. And there's something endearing about that. And QT, for anybody who's following him on social, he can do annoying really well. He's doing a very nice job at trolling fans and being a jerk. It's working out really great.